So I think that I have justification to interpret it in this way. And it's not a repetition. It's not the same thing. Like here, avasa in the first case would mean a house. In the second case, the activity of dwelling. So I have this kind of support as well from the lexicographical tradition. Would you like to translate this?
Okay. Can you go back to the okay. 那他的意思是说，法沙跟阿瓦沙这两个but it's the same root of these two words, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 他们的语根是一样，但是法沙比较是形容一种活动，就是居住的活动，然后阿巴萨就是形容它的这个一个场地的，就是居住的场地的。然后他刚刚就是说，阿巴萨可以，为什么可以这样子去解释？因为然后他提到很多的那些一些词典、传统词典方面的一些解释了。那这些细节我想不用多讲了。因为我也没有办法去讲出来了。反正就是说，你可以把法沙理解成一个活动，也可以把它理解成一个场景。这个是有字典上的根据，这是它的主要的论证啊，这是他要讲的啊。
Okay, this is a good example that now I can bring up of the importance of understanding karaka. Karaka, the importance of understanding karaka. Why? Now we are discussing the word vasa, and it comes from the root vas. So, when we actually get an explanation in a commentary of that word, what we get is something like this. Vasantiatta. So this is our explanation of the word. What does it mean? Literally it means they live here. But actually this is a convention. This is a convention which means we take the relationship between the root vas and the final form vasa to be adhikara, or adhikaranam rather, which is a karaka.
To be what?
Adhikaranam. Adharo adhikaranam. It's one of the main 6 karakas in Panini's karaka system, and it means the context or locus of an action. So this has nothing to do with vibhakti. Here we don't have vibhakti. We're talking about inside one word. So no vibhakti, of course. But the relationship between the action and the final word is expressed in terms of, it refers to the place where that action occurs. And that is called adhikaranam. So the way in which the final word vasa helps accomplish the action of dwelling expressed by vas is by being its place, by being its context.
I didn't get it.
Okay.
The last, just the last.
Just the last one.
Just the last sentence.
What the karaka is explaining is how does this final form vasa relate to the action vas?
Okay.
In which way does it help accomplish it? It helps accomplish the action by being its adhikaranam, by being its context or locus. So that's how. And this is what this means. Vasantyatra is a conventional way to express that.
Okay. Yeah, but it's hard. They cannot follow that.
Okay, no problem.
That's too much.
Anyhow, you have it recorded.
They cannot follow that.
But at least remember this much.
So okay. There's the action vas, right?
Yes.
And vasa is one aspect of completing this action, according to the karaka system.
Vas is a root. Vasa is a complete word.
Yeah.
So in this case, the karaka explains to us the relationship between the etymological root of a word and the complete word.
Yeah, that's clear.
That's the main point here.
Why do you need the karaka?
Because the karaka is a relationship to an action. And it answers the question of, are we referring to the place where the action occurs?
But the problem is if you come up with this kind of complex term, now it's clear there's the etymology and the usage of this term, and there's a syntactical relationship. That's clear that this is important. But the point is when you come up with this kind of complexity, there's a kind of thought or image behind it, and I'm trying to capture that one. And nobody has this image. You have it, so it is clear for you. But nobody else has it here, so nobody can follow you. That's a problem which you have to face right now. And I'm trying to get it, and I try to explain it. Then you destroyed it because I wanted to. It's clear. It's an etymology and syntactical relationship. But okay, let me have a try again. Yeah? So according to this karaka image, whatever it is, vasa would be vas is the action. Okay, is an action expressed by this root. Yeah. And vasa, this form, this syntactical form, expresses one karaka aspect of this vas action. Do I understand it correctly in this way or not?
Almost.
Almost.
There's a small thing.
Please.
Maybe we shouldn't say an aspect of the action, but rather how something helps that action. How does something relate to it?
So there's something outside the action.
Yeah, of course. It's the place where the action occurs. In this case...
So the place is not a part of this action?
No. It helps accomplish it, but it's not... It's a factor, it's one of the causes and conditions for the action to come about.
Okay, I see.
If you use another root, let's say another root, then how do we explain that? How do we go to explain that? Let's say karate. Okay.
But kadati is not a noun.
Okay. Right. I know. Now I take the root bunch.
Bhojana.
Bhojana. Bunch. So how do we explain that to the karaka?
Bhojana would be what is good.
Bunch is a root.
Bunch, so bunjate, iti bhojana, it is eaten. Or take kadya. Kadyate iti kadyam. It is eaten, and therefore it is called kadya. So in that case, it is the object of the action. Or take the word no, Buddha is too complicated. That's way too complicated.
So, okay. I remember that which article you wrote about this karaka and causalities analogy, right?
Yes.
So it is like then this karaka is a kind of pratyaya, and the pala would be then the action. Right?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If you look at it in this way, the question would be...
That would be the correct image?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you take the word vasa, what type of pratyaya is it for accomplishing the action of dwelling? Which is its result?
The result, the pala would be vas. Yeah. And vasa is one of the pratyaya.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the question that we are asking is, what kind of pratyaya is it?
Yeah, of course. What kind of pratyaya?
Yeah.
这个没那么难，就是它是 OK， 不是这个是比较有趣的一个部分。佛教讲的这种因缘和合的这个概念，对不对？然后为什么会有一个一个果，就是这个塔拉，是因为因缘在集合，就会有这个果。那现在这个 vas 就是一个 root， 它是居住的意思。那这个就是果，然后为了让这个果呈现出来了，你就需要各种各样的因缘啦。那这个上面 vasa 是其中之一的一个因，懂吗？所以呢，就是说这个 karaka system 就是这个因缘的这个系统，就是导致一种活动这样的一个果所依据的这个因缘系统，这就是 karaka。但是重点就是说，它是从一个文化的角度去讲这个因缘和果的一个关系的，听懂我意思吗？所以呢，它是在印度佛教讲这个四缘，知道吗？那个四缘的这个概念，其实是他因为我记得他有一次写过一篇论文，就是讲这个四缘的概念跟这个卡拉卡之间的一个关系了。其实这是一种类比的关系了。可能是说佛教这样这个因缘，是因为受到这种文法卡拉卡系统这样的一个启发，才会发展出来这个意思。所以卡拉卡的意思是说，有一个当成一个果的一个活动，还有一种背后或者一种依据，这是一种因缘的依据了。那这个是一种文法方面的一种符号关系，符号之间的一个关系的系统啊。所以这些符号之间，为了产生这样的一个意义，你就需要这些符号彼此之间的一个关系的结合。那这个就是这个 character system 所代表的意思啊。但是，就是这是一种印度文化的一种文化分析方面的一个方式而已了啊。然后我觉得我们不必深入了，这个是太专业化了，太专业化了啊。
Okay, this was just to give you some slightly clearer idea and just one example, but maybe slowly it will become easier. So another point, however, whether we use one or the other interpretation, which I think is related to the life of Nagarjuna, well, of course, starting by saying that there's no two extreme, is a reference to the fact that his karika is called Madhyamaka. So the idea is the middle which avoids the extreme. So this is very important, I think, this reference to Antadvaya in that sense. Also, I think here there's a reference to the idea, I think referred to in the commentary as well, that Nagarjuna was a bodhisattva on the first bhumi. Why? Because the first bhumi is the entrance in the Darshana Marga, the path of seeing. Darshana Marga, the path of seeing. And one of the path, T-H. And one of the samyojanas, one of the factors that one abandons when entering the path of seeing is drishti, is the factor of wrong view, like the wrong view of the two extremes. So I think there is a connection there. So if we read it in the way that I propose, I think we get some nice references to what Chandrakirti explains as the life of Nagarjuna. Okay, first, it points to the fact that he was pravrajita. He was not grihastha. He was not grihastha, not staying in the house. It's the opposite. He goes away, so he doesn't have this vas. Secondly, he is a bodhisattva on the first bhumi. Moreover, there's a reference to his name, Naga, because by not staying on the two shores, he stays in the ocean. So I think we can get some nicer references by interpreting it in this manner.
他这是终结起来他前面所讲的而已，就是说，那为什么觉得他的结是比较好？是因为主要有3个理由，一个是说，他就是那个安塔巴呀，这个二辩，这是。因为中观学就是这种非，对不对？就是驳斥这种二辩的概念了，这是中道的意思，所以这个他的觉就比较可以发挥出来这种中道的这种想法了。然后第二个是因为它是跟龙树这个龙这个名称有关的，第3个是因为跟那个哪嘎住呢，当成一个出家人的生活方式也有关系，主要是这样的。所以就是说，像他这样的诠释，如果我们是用他的诠释去理解这个梵文的那个集中，它就是应该会包含这3个意思在。它是这个。好。
That would also make this compound what is called Hedugarbha Visheshana, a qualifier which contains or which in essence is a reason. Hetu.
Yeah.
It's a reason for what? For the next one.
Okay. 好，然后他说我们刚刚就是讲了那么久的一个那个复合语，它是下一个复合语的一个因 Hetu。Okay.
So this is
the second one is a parallel then.
Yeah.
所以第一个复合语是一个因，第二个复合语是一个果。
What's the result of not dwelling in the two extremes? Sambuddhadhi sagara lapta janma. These are bahudrihi, a third vibhakti bahudrihi, meaning that the referent outside is the agent. Is the agent of what action? Of the action of lamp, of obtaining. So he obtains the birth. Lapta janma. Janman would be usually neuter, but because this is a bahudrihi, we take it as masculine. So janma becomes like atma.
But sorry, why is it long?
For the reason I just said. Because now we take it as masculine. So the masculine of nakaranta nouns is long a. Like atman, ending in n. So, labda janma yena saha labda janma. Someone by whom birth has been obtained is called labda janma. Someone by whom birth has been obtained is called labda janma.
Okay.
Where did you obtain birth? Sagare, in the ocean. What ocean? Sambuddhadi, of the mind towards Buddha, literally. So what does it mean? According to the Lakshanatika,
What is
Dhi means mind or wisdom or intelligence. But Sambuddhadi here is a synonym according to the commentary of Bodhi Chitta. So it's more or less like saying that he became a bodhisattva. So again we get a nice progression. First point is he became Prajita, so he became a monk, going out of the house, and he became a bodhisattva. Then he took up bodhicitta. So that's one way to understand it. Or he removed completely these two extremes, and therefore he became a bodhisattva in the sense of real bodhisattva in the first bhumi, because he entered the darshana marga. So both way it works.
OK， 那这个也是一个八部五福利益的一个空号，然后他的所知识的这个点，就是外在于这个那些字语，对不对？所以 the one who one，斩麻就是bird， yeah， 就是 bird， 大家听懂对不对？labate。我们学过了，就是得到的意思，所以得到 birth 得胜 ，OK， 得胜在哪里 ？Sagara 就是海，就是在海里得胜，在海就是榕树，就是那个哪个？我刚才说解释，对不对？然后how did you connect the Sambuddha with Sagara Dhamma？
Sagare, so
Sagara in the ocean, yeah, and before that.
Karmadharana. Sambuddha di eva Sagara. So the ocean,
in the ocean of the Sambuddha di.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The ocean which is the Sambuddha.
Yeah. Okay. 那是什么样的一个海？就是那个三菩萨地这样的一个海。那三就是就给它菩萨就是佛，第就是类似智慧的意思。就是这样的一个觉知智慧的这个海 ，OK， 得神域这个觉知的这个智慧海是这样的意思啊。那这就是一个果，所以前面这个是理。然后他还专门去为了继续加强他的诠释是正确了，我还说。一方面是你可以从这个肉的这个意思，也是演变，也可以把它跟反正他觉得这样的诠释就可以都支持他是正确的。好，讲到这里就可以了。要不然，对。
Okay. Well, so now we know who spoke. This all tells us who spoke. Now we are going to check the one who